It's December 31st, 1982. Tomorrow, a switch will flip that connects almost all of humanity. Today, the internet does not exist. If you needed to know something, you didn't type a question. You walked to a library, searched a paper card catalog, and asked the librarian to point you to the right shelf. If your library didn't have the book you needed, you filled out an interlibrary loan slip and waited, sometimes weeks, for it to arrive from another city. If you wanted to reach someone far away, you wrote a letter. It could take days to arrive and weeks for a reply. A single conversation could take a month. Every letter needed a stamp, an envelope, and a walk to a mailbox. Businesses ran entire mail rooms just to sort and route paper correspondence. Phones existed, but they were bolted to a wall, shared by the whole household, and every long-distance call was billed by the minute. If you called and no one answered, that was it. Answering machines were a luxury, not a given. You simply tried again later, or you didn't reach them at all. The fastest way to send a document was a fax machine. A page in on one end, a slow screech down the line, and a copy out on the other, one page at a time. For news, you waited for the morning paper or the 6 o'clock broadcast. Whatever happened in the world, you found out hours later, sometimes a full day. Television news ran on a fixed schedule too. Missed the 6 o'clock broadcast, and you waited until tomorrow or the 11 o'clock rerun. Computers could already talk to each other on a research network called ARPANET. But ARPANET spoke its own private language, and it couldn't connect to anything outside itself. ARPANET had been running since 1969, funded by the U.S. military, linking a few dozen universities and research labs. It worked well, but only with other machines that followed its exact rules. Back in 1974, two engineers, Vince Cerf and Bob Kahn, had published a design for something bigger than ARPANET, a way for entirely different networks to connect, not just computers already on the same one. At midnight on January 1st, 1983, every machine on that network had to do the same thing at the same moment: drop its old language and switch to a new one. It was called Flag Day. Engineers reprogrammed roughly 400 computers all at once with no way to test it live. If even one machine failed to switch, it would simply be cut off. Some sites weren't ready in time. A handful of machines needed temporary patches just to survive the transition, engineers coordinating late into the night to keep the network alive. The new language was called TCP/IP, and it did something no protocol had done before. It let separate networks, built by different people, finally talk as one. That's the literal meaning of the word Internet. From that day on, every device would carry an address, and every network would agree to pass its packets along, the same basic rule your phone still uses to load a page today. By 1984, over 100 universities and research labs across the US and Europe were speaking that same language. It kept spreading into companies, into homes, into a phone in almost every pocket on the planet. By the early 1990s, a researcher in Switzerland added something new on top of it all: the World Wide Web. Suddenly, ordinary people, not just researchers, had a reason to log on. Today, the average person spends nearly 7 hours a day online. For a lot of us, especially the youngest generation, that's more hours than we spend asleep. That same protocol now routes your GPS directions, your video calls, and the connection carrying this very video to your screen. None of it needed a new invention or a new cable. It needed one coordinated decision, on one ordinary night, to let separate things finally speak the same language. Every video on this channel is built around one idea: One pivotal moment that quietly changed everything, explained clearly in under 15 minutes. If that's useful to you, subscribing means you don't miss the next one, and there's always a next one. And if this video changed how you think about something, even a little, hitting like is what tells YouTube to show it to someone else who needs it too. If this one was worth your time, there's another turning point video waiting for you right there.